So, what I wanted to talk to you about first was, and if you want to hold it, that's the best thing. What you guys say is much more important than what I say.
Why don't you bring that way over here, Ducky? We can talk this out.
So who's Ducky? You're both Ducky.
That's how we sort of come. We called each other Ducky years before.
Well, that's an old cute British thing, right?
Women today.
What?
We started women.
Oh no! Now I'm gonna want your stuff. That's not good.
We just started women today.
Congratulations.
Mrs. Brown.
Am I allowed to say that?
Sure. I'm not everybody can say it.
Oh my God.
Is like that going to be just so? Look it over.
But you know, it takes me forever to write a piece. It takes me, I'm a newspaper writer at heart. It takes me like 4 or 5 days of struggling and editing and looking at myself to get it. So by the time
I think that we should have a press release. Put all that shit. I don't want to play that game. Let's stuff up professional.
Oh my God, Laura, this is so perfect. Because you made that comment that it's almost like you're an oracle. Why doesn't someone do a salon show and 2 days later, what does Tom Ford do? But then I found a wonderful quote a moment before daily, and I can't decide if I agree or not. They said, this is more like it was like a boy trying to stop a dam that's already burst with his finger, trying to stop the dam of waters and twittering and access and all that. That it's too late. It was a great idea. It was a great gesture, but he can't. Even Tom can't change the way fashion is done anymore. That's what they were saying at the end. Although they applauded him together. But really, you get the maximum audience kind of plays the PR thing. I mean, of course, you can do anything you want.
Right.
It's a free country, but
I know. Tom Ford managed to do it for launch show and got a lot of stuff out of it, and no one is receiving the images. That was kind of amazing.
Totally.
He's a master. Well, he's a PR genius. He's a master.
What makes him a PR genius? I'm sorry, I'm skipping to that. I just see.
Well, no, first of all, he got the thing that I was talking about before. He gets it immediately. Like, he's always on the moment, I think. He's pretty good at sort of like summing up what you guys do at the moment, in the air, and doing it quickly. Which is always, you have an idea. I think that 25 other people have the same idea. All of us. But I don't think that he's forward. No. But he's not.
He's commercial.
Yeah, he's on it. He's never ahead of the curve. He's kind of like I think that he's, he's so.
Can you talk around it, sort of it?
No. Like I can you not write it like that? Then I can't use it. So what's the point? Like I would say that he's exceptionally young. Well, that's one of the best ones.
I think he's actually said that about himself. So don't worry about it.
Because it's like people who are look forward to making the most money or more successful.
No.
So he's on the curve. He's on it, and I think that means that he appeals to the most amount of people, and that means it has to be dumbed down to some extent.
Well, we could be talking about blockbuster movies. They suck. But
they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, how do you qualify success?
It's like
it is whoever makes the most money is the most successful. I don't think so. I think that's a false problem.
But that doesn't always guarantee that you will. Look at Harvey Weinstein and Halston. Even all his money couldn't make it work.
No. True.
And he waved, an open checkbook at it and nothing. What happened? I'm still scratching my head on that one.
Well, I think it's very hard.
You have, who else is it? Tamara Mellon. How could it go wrong?
I think it's very hard to resurrect the label. I think it's very hard to resurrect the label after the music is dead. And I think that what Carl Ross wants to now is that maybe, it's actually one of the success I think that there's, like, I'm kind of a little, like, I think I'm in love with Tom Ford because I'm not obsessed with him, but I think that he's incredibly, you know, it's almost like I'm in love with him and I hate him at the same time.
You're in love with him because you love he's beautiful, the image and all of that.
He's everything that I'm not supposed to be. But, like, my mum is when I was a child, it's like, I'm not allowed to be a show-off. That was the biggest, to be a show-off is the worst thing you could possibly be. And I think that I am a show-off, obviously, and we're in a business of show-off. And so Tom Ford to me is a huge show-off. But having spoken to a lot of people that personally know him, he isn't. And so it's just, and he's performing too. He's like,
an actor.
Yeah.
Performing. I mean, he's riddled with self-doubt, and I'm sure has his demons like we all do.
What I find interesting is that show that he just did is that how many times how many times is that studio fucking 54 thing going to be thrown in our face?
Well,
how many times are you going to have that audience get so excited about their reliving Bianca Jagger doing coke? You know,
on a white horse's share.
It's like,
in the white pants.
Exactly. Because I think that was in the show. I think there was a white East Levant, you know, it was that. So it's
but that's who he's going to make. That's you know, he's targeting his women's wear for the woman who's probably over 40, and legally over 60, but he still wants to feel like she looks and feels like she's 40.
So
that's why
is it like
perfect for that woman.
is it
He's not doing golf.
Is it a trick? So what we get together when we get together in the collection, you know, the way that we do it, should we really be? It's like my fantasy is we get together and like, okay, it's all about memory. Well, that's his tool of like, okay, what was the best memory you ever had in our lives? And I want to recreate that for everyone. My best memory was being in Studio 54 that one night when you're completely off your head and it's absolutely incredible. He recreated it again.
Well, you think that's sort of like how a lot of men's designers all reference
Steve McQueen.
And I've always liked Steve McQueen and how he's a real man. I'm like, hello, he's an alcoholic and with a wife beater. He's not Gally McGraw. I mean, it's so crazy. But I think also he references that or does that because he's a merchandiser. He's not a designer. He's not coming from that place that Nietzsche product comes from, or Ray House Google comes from, or where the comes from.
They don't
really place, but it's a different place. And so
we don't reference the past,
right?
a lot, much at all. For me, it's about looking forward all the time, and I think that there are many designers that do regurgitate the past, and that's good for them.
Many like to try all.
Yeah.
The 40s, the 70s. I had this conversation with my
Look
friend.
at Mark Drake's collection.
Well, Mark Drake is always around.
Always.
And that's his thing.
And it's a place to shop for him.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, all the stylists.
That's what we try to up and down. We like to push forward.
So in a futuristic way, or not in a clockwork orange?
We're not doing like Star Trek.
No, and we're not like Calvin Klein, which is doing like, even back to the fashion.
We're not.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not minimal, but I think we're always trying to people have new shape or how to break the rules in an interesting way that makes sense to us, or how to shift it. I think what we do is we question why are things the way they are, and how can we make them ours. So if we're doing a V-neck sweater, why does the V-neck have to be in the center of the body? Why can't it be over by the shoulder? And what does that do to the garment in terms of how we put it? When you put it on, what is that shift? What happens when you make that shift? And that's why a lot of our stuff looks exaggerated and it looks a little off and unusual. But that's what's of interest to us.
But why?
I don't think it matters why. We like these.
It's an intellectual proposition for you, isn't it? In a way.
But we don't feel like intellectual.
I feel essential I am. Somebody intellectual. I don't ever feel that. Sometimes
It's just fascinating.
Yes.
I've only seen one, but I was just like, wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's from our gut. It's really from our gut.
It's just a feeling. I think it stems from something very simple.